welcome to another episode. Now, if you're someone like me, you prefer older vehicles. You don't want to pay 40, 50 grand for a new car. You don't think it's worth it. Plus, you can maintain these older vehicles and keep them up and running. Now, the issue that you run into, though, a lot of times is finding parts can become really difficult. Now, coincidentally, just last week, the Car Wizard uploaded a video on a 2013 Cadillac ATS. So the car's just 12 years old. And ultimately in that video, he gets to the point that finding parts for this vehicle is really, really tough. Now, I come across the same problem on this '05 CTS-V. So the vehicle is now 20 years old because it has the LS6. Finding parts for an LS-based engine is very simple. Same with the Tremec 6-speed, but the body, everything is discontinued. Almost everything is discontinued. So you're dealing now with eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or a recycler. Because again, finding parts, not only is it hard, but there are no aftermarket alternatives a lot of times. So what I mean by that is, for example, this is a door check. There are different names for this. I removed this from the front driver's side because every time I opened the door, it would click, click, click. So Cadillac no longer makes this part. This doesn't exist. Dorman, as an example, which is an aftermarket provider of parts, they don't make this. Nobody makes this. So I have to buy a factory part or try to rebuild this, which was my plan. Now, I don't have a local recycler near me. So finding a part out car, that's out the door. Facebook Marketplace had nothing. So eBay was my only source of parts. And on eBay, I kept coming across this for the passenger side, front passenger side, not for the driver's side. So my plan was, let me remove it. And at this joint, let me see if I can rebuild it because this is where the issue is. And once I removed the part, stamped on this arm, we see the letters FL. So that's front left or front driver's side. But if I rotate it on the opposite side of this arm, the letters are FR, stamped are FR, which is the front right or front passenger side. So hold on, that means I can use this part for either the passenger side or the driver's side. Now, only for the front, so I can't use this for the rear and vice versa, but this will work on either side. Now, to double check, because maybe something is wrong, let me just double check this. Because again, on eBay, it just showed passenger only. That's it. Even with the part number that's stamped on this arm, passenger only. So I went to dealer websites, which I've been to before, but I had to find like the right website because every dealer parts website is different. And eventually I came across that, yes, you can use this for either the front passenger side or the front driver's side. Now, if you do this for a living, you may know this off the top of your head. If you're a DIYer like me, I've done a couple of these over the years, but for example, on my Acura, it's specific to the door. So the front driver doesn't work on the front passenger. You have to buy the specific part. But on the Cadillac, it looks like it will work. So what's your experience with this? Have you seen this before? Is your vehicle, because these parts typically wear out. You know, this is now 20 years. So every vehicle, eventually this part does wear out and you hear that clicking. It's really annoying, that noise. But that's a big plus. So I ordered one yesterday for 17 bucks. I'm not going to waste my time trying to rebuild it. I will keep it just in case because the used part has a 60-day warranty. So I'm sure it's going to be, I hope it's going to be okay. But if it isn't, I can now try to rebuild one of these and get this up and running. So the whole point I wanted to share with you guys is if you're someone like me, you have these older vehicles, and I don't know if this is really more for the GM vehicles because again on my Acura, Honda still makes parts for that vehicle today in 2025. That car is 19 years old. I can still get parts for that vehicle very easily. Same with my wife's 2010 Subaru. Finding parts for that is super simple. For this, different animal, completely different animal. So I don't know if it's within the GM family. You know, if you guys have any experience, please let us know. But ultimately, if you are looking to buy an older vehicle, and this is something I'm learning, I'm not going to buy anything in the future unless I can find parts. You know, I don't have a 3D printer. If I can't find parts, I'm not wasting my time. But the flip side is just do a little bit more research. And that was my mistake. I should have done more research because it never occurred to me maybe I can use the same part for either side. Even though it's a mirror image of each other, it never occurred to me. You know, my mistake. Because again, in the past, typically it's door specific. But in this case, we can do it. So, you know, if someone can learn, you know, I consider this like a car club. If I learn something, I love to pass it along to you guys. And that's really about it for today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.